What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. If you are new here, please make sure you go ahead and slap the shit out of that like button because I really, really want you to be part of my YouTube family, which is growing so fast, and I could not thank you guys enough. Please drop comments of what you want me to react to next, whether it be music or movies or television. I know I haven't done a lot of movies or television, but I am inspired and moved by movies and films and Broadway shows and musicals all the same way I am just regular music. So I want to go on this journey as well, and I want lots of people to go on it with me. Hopefully you do. Just a little disclaimer, like, this will obviously have spoilers. I just want to like leave that disclaimer just because I feel like people will be shocked. I feel like that would be like a reaction in the video thing that people do. Leave comments, be like, oh my god, I can't believe you spoiled it. But I'm letting you right now, I'm gonna be going through, I have like pages of the details and things that I picked up in this movie. And I just had a lot to say about it because I thought it was a cute little remake. And you know, who doesn't love a remake? And it's interesting because the first one, like the original, I remember it, but so vaguely. And it was because it was so scary that I could not watch it. Like, I think I saw it once and that was it, but it wasn't a movie. I like asked my parents to pop into the VCR because it was scary as shit. Like, I was terrified of her face when she like became an actual witch and everything in the original, to the point where I don't even have the images in my head of the original because I really just stayed away from that. Like, she popped in The Little Mermaid and Cinderella and I kept it cute. We weren't doing the witches. That shit was too evil for my spirits back then. But this was like really cute. I have a bunch of notes and interesting things about the film, but one of the things that was more interesting than anything was how CGI it was. And I love where we are in this day and age, and I'm all for CGI. Like, I think it's amazing, but I almost wish, like I had just said, how I was traumatized from this movie, this original of this movie. I almost wish that it's like not that bad to say, but like I almost want children to have that experience also again. Like, it doesn't look as, it's not, what I'm saying, it's not as scary as it was back in the day. I don't know if they did that on purpose, but it wasn't like, this was definitely more theatrical, more Disney than the old one. I'm not sure if Disney released this one or not. I have to look that up. I'm not sure. I should do a little bit more research on that. I'm not sure, but I don't know if they're part of it or not. But the old one was just more, I don't know. And then I also think that like 80s movies or anything 80s, just older, is just a little bit more like scary or like eerie. I don't know. It's the prosthetics versus the CGI. It's really hard. It's like a hard battle, and I feel like that's what this movie comes down to. I don't know if other people are going to talk about that if they do reaction to this, but it just feels like it was scarier with the prosthetics. And you would think that, like, with us being in 2020 and having all this technology, that this was going to be like so much scarier and so much crazier because of that's what the original was known for. But that's not what happened. It was like it was cleaner and more cutesy, but there was still a lot of fun moments. Now, as soon as the movie started, I was so excited because was it Chris Rock or not? All I know is that I think it was Chris Rock, and if it wasn't, I'm sorry that I got his name wrong, but whoever that actor is who narrates the older version of Hero, like, he basically, like, he's been in a lot of movies that I've seen growing up, so I don't know, that voice, I'm pretty sure it was Chris Rock. That voice, though, is like soothing. Like, you feel like you know someone when they're an actor in a lot of things that you see. And I feel like I knew him, so that was nice to hear him. So he plays the older, and he's kind of narrating from, and then you can see that kind of wraps up through to the end of the movie. But he plays the older version of Hero, and I put that, it just made me feel so nostalgic. That's what I literally wrote in the notes. And then I kept on going, just jotting down things that I liked, like the upside down visual of the rain, like of the car accident. Like, I hate car accidents, and I hate when parents die in movies. I think that's so sad and tragic, but the way they did it, like just the droplets of the rain on the window when it was upside down, was just visually stunning. A lot of the things in the movie were visually stunning, even leading up to this cornbread and chicken. I literally wrote that down here. That fried chicken that he was passing up when he was sad, I wanted to reach into the screen and grab that fried chicken. Like, that fried chicken looked so good. And then she had the nerve to bring out the cornbread, and I love some fucking cornbread. I also love fried chicken, so it was literally like I just wanted to reach in and have a bite. And then he finally ate the cornbread, and I was happy for him, and I knew he was happy. And I feel like this is when I really became emotionally invested into the film, is when he ate that cornbread. And Octavia is just amazing. Like, she's in so many things. I will say one thing, I don't even think I have it written down here, but it was very, like, I know Octavia Spencer from Ma, and I know, you know, Anne Hathaway from lots of things, but Princess Diaries and Ella Enchanted being the two main ones. So it was hard to see her like as this big and scary witch because I just kept seeing Ella. And if she lost the accent even a little bit, which I love the accent and I love that she challenged herself and I love that she tried something new, but if she lost it even just a little bit, it was immediately bringing back to like Ella Enchanted or immediately bringing back to like Princess Diaries days. And I didn't want that. I didn't want to think of those like cutesy Disney days, like when she was trying her hardest to play this evil role, but it was so easy to do that when she wasn't like her evilest. Like the more pretty she was, the more I thought of like her older roles. But you know, it is what it is. She took a leap of faith. I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her for trying something new and really reaching outside her box. I feel like she probably worked her ass off for the role. She probably went through, it was probably like physically, emotionally like exhausting doing a role like this. It looks like she was doing like flying, CGI flying torpedo stuff or however they do it. It definitely just looked like, you know, it would just take a lot of you. It looks like in my notes, it looks like we get to, I literally wrote the first witch with a heart. And it looked, I said she acted and spoke so cool. And I remember that. She definitely laid down the foundation for how the witches were going to be in the film. Like when that woman came out and had the snake around her arm, it was very sexy. It was very cool. It was very seducing. It was scary. It was all the things that you would want it to be. She did a great job. I love that. I love that her S's and the way her voice was like kind of fell off of her tongue. It was just beautifully and well done. And then that was a great introduction to how the witches were going to actually be once you get into like a big group of them. But yeah, immediately I just loved the casting, even down to like the smaller roles like Stanley Tucci and stuff like that. It was just like very, very well casted. And even like the witches who didn't have like lines per se, they were just very, very like their mannerism. I was watching like all the witches, I was watching everyone, and everyone just did so good. Very casted a very good job. In case you were wondering, oh my god, the chickenified thing looks so scary. I literally wrote like sad faces and stuff because I do feel like, yes, the CGI is not as scary as the prosthetics, as I said, but that when that girl got chickenified, I'm gonna tell you, I might have nightmares of that. I was seeing her as the half girl, half chicken. That was scary. And it reminded me of some of the scarier moments of the original, but that was scary in its own way, its own little CGI way. It just like freaked me out because they literally had like her face like on the chicken and it scared me. I wrote down here, did the snakes come across the women's arms, like the witch's arms and stuff in the original? Were their feet like that in the original? I remember the wig itchy thing, but did their feet go like that in the original? And did she have any electric powers, like how she got that one girl? I wrote that, oh my gosh, she roasted that girl. And when she roasted that witch, I gasped. I jumped out of line of my notes, but I gasped when she roasted that witch. Like literally the witch, all the other witches were like, and I was like, like, I cannot believe she rolled her over in fire like that. Oh my gosh. Okay, what else do I have here? Yeah, I want you guys, let me know in the comments if you are fans of like the original or anything like that. Let me know like what you remember from the original. Like were their feet like that? Did they have that electricity? What else do I have here? The snake around the witch's arm. Were there snake like metaphors and symbols in the old one? Were they as glam as they were in this one? All these things that I'm just not sure. Maybe I should definitely like watch the original again because now I'm like very interested to know. But the snake dress, oh my god, I literally wrote, okay, but why is the snake dress so sexy? Again, I am taken away from me trying to see her as this evil high witch. Like, I want the snake dress. I want the armored bra that was under the snake dress. I was living for the fashion in this film. And I was supposed to be like against this witch and for the heroes of the film. And instead I'm like living for the high witch fashion. Like, I don't know, I was here for it, but oh my gosh, I literally wrote pages. Like, I love this film. I just love movies. Like, sometimes I don't know if, like, I just love movies or if it was a good movie. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I get so excited because it was casted well. So it's going to be interesting as I do shows and reviews because I'm kind of very easy to please. It's almost like as long as you do well, I'm going to love it. Like, there's not a lot you can do wrong with it. But I literally wrote, oh my god, why did she roast that witch? Oh my gosh, yes, the armored bra. I wrote a quote at the top of the page, never give up on what you want on the inside, which was a quote that comes at the end of the movie, but literally it kind of just wraps up the whole movie along with just like overall acceptance. Like, I just feel like in this day and age, it was a great message as far as like grandmothers, mothers, dads, parents in general. Like, she had the kid that she was caring for became a mouse. So if your kid ends up being gay or your kid ends up being trans, like, you can deal with it. You know what I mean? I think that was almost like a message of how it can be relayed in today's world, which I absolutely loved. And she was basically saying throughout the film that she was going to love him no matter what. Like, even if his parents weren't there, even if he was a mouse, no matter what he was. The fact that they stayed as mice at the end, though, really, really is shocking to me. Like, I was just waiting for that moment where a spell worked and they get to go back to normal. But I guess, like, did that happen in the original too? I really don't remember. But for some reason, I was waiting for, like, that fairy tale Disney ending, and it never came. Like, they stayed as mice. I mean, I guess they were excited to stay as mice and, like, get rid of the witches and everything, but I don't know. Like, I guess I would also thought it would be, like, a happy ending like everything else, but it really just had its own, like, own little special happy ending, which is interesting because it's like it's really is its own special ending in that, like, he seemed a little lost anyway. So if he had stayed a human and gone to school and gotten a job and everything, I feel like he would have been like a lost human. It almost feels like he would have been like he's like meant to be a mouse. So it almost does feel like a happy ending. I don't know. I just thought of that. That's not even something I wrote down. But, oh my god, so Daisy comes in later in the movie, and literally, like, I love her so much. She's so ballsy, and again, I was, like, so excited to see if she was going to turn human in the end, to see what she looked like, because her voice was so, like, so just, like, a leader and in charge. Like, every time she talked, I was just like, yes. Like, the way she ran out of that vent and helped save them, I love that. I love friends helping friends, and I love that maybe possibly, like, kids or anyone really will watch that movie and they'll see, like, you know, friends helping friends escape from witches and know that they help your friends. Like, I don't know, I just love that movies have, like, those hints in them that kind of teach you, like, adult characteristics and the difference between good and bad and things like that. But look, I put poor Augustus Gloop because his parents, I knew, it's so funny because I knew that would be a problem. The minute he turned into a mouse, I was like, oh, that's going to be part of the storyline, is that his parents aren't going to accept him, because they weren't going to accept him if he stayed a human either, no matter what he did. They just were not for him. They were not for nice humans. They were just nasty people. I literally wrote poor Augustus Gloop. But I wrote angry face because look, that part where he made grandma look crazy when he was eating. I got so mad when she popped out of the purse and he was eating the biscuit and she was like, why didn't you speak up when I showed you to your parents? Like, that was your moment. You made her look stupid. That made me mad, but yeah. And then also I said, oh my god, they de-wigged her. I forgot about that. I thought the ending was so vicious. Like, I knew she was gonna, you know, possibly not make it out of the story alive and everything. But, so, well, a couple of things. First, I was shocked that she didn't fight back. Like, when they left her alone with the cat, I thought she was gonna, like, kill the cat and, like, come back and, like, kill them all. I don't know, I was just really convinced that she was, like, the highest witch of all and she was gonna somehow come back from being turned into that nasty rat. But the fact that they de-wigged her before turning her into that nasty rat was even more just, like, more shocking to me when that wig came flying off. I mean, I guess those witches love their wigs coming off, so they were fine with it, but from a drag queen's perspective, that is like, you do not take off someone's wig. And he done choked her with the bottle, turned her into a rodent, and de-wigged her, and stubbed her toe with the mousetrap in literally 5 seconds. I was, like, gagging at that part. But all in all, I really, really enjoyed the film. Let me know in the comments below what some of your favorite movies are, your television shows, like, what you like, because I'm just so inspired by so many random shows on Netflix, Hulu, HBO, like, literally, like, it doesn't really take much for me to be, like, crying for a movie or something like that. I'm just, like, just inspired by media, like, very heavily. It's very strange. But yeah, I wrote literally, oh my god, they stay mice, and then I wrote Witches 2 was the last thing, because it really seemed like they left, like, a cliffhanger for Witches 2, which is cute. I mean, go ahead, movie companies, get your coin. I feel like every movie you go to the movie theaters, you feel like you always leave with a cliffhanger. It's like, of course you want to make a second one, you want to make money, but the thing I hate about sequels is sometimes that's exactly where they are. Is there a Witches 2 book, though? Because I know this is based off of the book, so if there is a Witches 2 book, then I understand understand why they would do Witches 2 movie. But my pet peeve is when they do random ass sequels, like knowing damn well this a movie or a book is a standalone film, and if it makes a lot of money or something, and they just want to make that second sequel or third or fourth just because they want to rake in the money, but it makes no sense. I hate that, with the exception of Bring It On and like Final Destination. But those aren't bad sequels. Those are all good. You know what I mean? I mean like bad ones. Usually there aren't 3 or 4. There's usually just 1 and 2, and the second one is always just like trash. You know, I can't think of a good example right now off the top of my head, but I know you guys know what I mean when it comes to that. So if there's not already a Witches 2 book, I don't think there should be a Witches 2 movie, but at the same time, with all the storytelling and technology we have and fun things today, I'm sure they can develop a great story for it, but I don't know. It's also something that would be great if it was left alone, maybe. I don't know, but I would be down to watch it. I would definitely watch The Witches 2 if it came out. It looks like that, like I said, I wrote there Witches 2 question mark because it looks like that was like, that was what it was gonna turn into, and they set it up so perfectly. Also, with if they're gonna continue Chris Rock being that voice, then he has a job too in the next movie, and boom, Octavia and Chris, boom, another job, another movie. Like, that's cute and good for. Isn't that weird that I do it like that? Even if a movie gets made, I'm like, oh, I'm not into the movie, but I'm glad they have jobs, like. Because I love Octavia and I love Chris, so if that's him, Chris Rock, I think so. Anyway, I'm messy. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. I hope you enjoyed being here on my channel. If you are new, please make sure you slap the shit out of that like button to support my channel. Also, make sure you smash that notification bell so you can be reminded for all my fun videos coming up. And also subscribe so you don't miss anything coming up. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you in the next video. Bye.